Well, another week has come and go, and here I am with an ebony board. I picked this one out to work on the project. Now I'm cutting some strips. I made a little jig out of the last little jig that I made. I basically just taped these boards to the, they're just little strips, but I taped them to the underside of this piece of plywood here. And this is what I'm doing to get them to width, and I get them to length, and then I get them the other way. I actually end up slotting the thing and putting them in the slots. And so basically I'm making strips of Gabon ebony that are 1/8 of an inch thin and a little bit tapered to about, the other way it's about almost a 1/4 inch, like 3/16. The fretboard is a little bit more than a 1/4 inch. So I didn't go all the way through the fretboard, but they came out really nice. I mean, this is the first time I ever did this, and I've only seen other people do it. And actually, I've never seen somebody do this. I have a like a foreign made guitar that has a really nice fretboard on it, and I'm kind of trying to do the same thing that they did, which is instead of having a binding on the side of the neck, they have this thing where the fret actually stops, and then there's a piece of wood on the outside, which I kind of like better. I don't like the idea of gluing a strip of wood to the fretboard to saw through it to then just put another, paper thin. I mean, that doesn't really appeal to me. It looks cool, but what you have to do with the frets, I mean, that's so much work, which I didn't know if this was going to be more work or comparable, but it was a lot of work, but I didn't mess it up, and it wasn't a lot. It wasn't too much work. I would think that nipping the tangs off of all those frets and getting them perfect to the fretboard would be way more of a thing to do, and you're doing it to tiny little frets, So I just put the frets in there full, and I flooded the cavity with sawdust and super glue, and then I rejointed, and these little strips in here kind of fit in really nice. I mean, and they're cool looking. They fit the route, so they're round at the end, and they kind of go into the fretboard when the fretboard fans out into the headstock. It's got a cool look to it. It's tapered. It gets wider as the fretboard gets wider. And I think it's going to be a really good neck. I was worried about it being a little bit too wide, but then I think this is still within a classical, within the width of a classical, and not too much more than my other guitars. I mean, a little bit, It is a large 2-inch nut, and that's one thing we still have to do. I got like 10 things I could do right now, so it's kind of hard to decide. I'm getting the neck almost finished. I mean, I got the leveling, the fret ends, the dressing. I got to actually carve the shape of the neck. Screw holes for the tuners, and then I have to fit it to the top, put the body on. But I'm glad I did it this way. I'm glad I had the balls to do a flat fretboard, which I've never done, and I'm glad that this turned out good, because half the day went by and I didn't know yet if it was going to work out great or if I was going to fail. Every once in a while you do something and you fail. It's kind of really hard to to accept for some people. I'm a kind of a tough one to accept my own failures. But I have started things and not finished them. It's not a good thing, but if there was no chance of failure, there would be no excitement. And along with the little bit of worrying I do about doing new stuff, there's a little rush of adrenaline, you know, which I didn't think the line was going to look good at all. I thought the line was going to be messed up, but it looks really, really, really good. I mean, it's tight. And yeah, the majority of my day was basically just sanding this. I did actually run these little sticks of wood through the table saw in the jig, which works very good, you know. It's not a fully thought out jig. It's not something I actually took time to make. I mean, I did it as fast as I possibly could. But you can make jigs that are kind of foolproof, that have the stuff laid out. But you notice my slate, I got room on one side, I don't on the other. The next time I put the sandpaper on, I'm going to put it on the middle, so I got space on each side, and I'm going to make jigs that are a little bit more thought out. I've also noticed that if I'm going to leave something in the garage, like painting it really helps keep it nice. And yeah, I shouldn't really keep any wood in that garage. I don't, especially none of the wood I use for guitars, but I got a lot of cedar in there. I just got to use it up and get out of there. I actually need a shop or a place that's high and dry for stuff. First time I ever had to clean the glue up too. I wasn't sure how it was going to work out. But I mean, I'm almost done with it. I've almost got the fretboard completely cleaned. It looks really good. It's really smooth. Before, when I didn't know what I was doing, I would completely sand the living crap out of the fretboard until it was shiny, and then proceed to put a whole bunch of nicks in it that I would never work out. And now I'm doing a little bit smarter. It really took no time at all to sand the fretboard. To join it, it took a couple minutes, but I got it up to 400 grit without really even trying. And then I stopped there because there's no sense in going further than that. You're going to be scraping the whole thing with a razor blade. So, and you're going to be polishing the frets and the fretboard along with it. And it's going to take me a couple more tries to actually be a master at this. And from what I understand, that every single one you do, you get a little bit better. And even people that are masters at this, they still, they still learn. You still get better. This is about the hardest thing you can do as far as the guitar building, is actually making the interface of the fretboard. Has to be accurate, And I think these fret slots are cut just right. I can't wait to play this thing. It's looking really sharp too. I mean, the bumpers really make it look really good. Here I'm putting a piece at the end of the fretboard to kind of make it look like binding. So I'm basically 45ing the very ends after cutting them off with sandpaper, and then taking another little piece and cutting that and so marking it here, sawing it up. And then I'm just holding it while I'm gluing it in place. This ebony is so hard that I don't trust it to cut it in very fancy ways or to take a chisel to it in a very fancy way. I'm pretty sure that it'll just, break or, not do what I want it to do. So I spend a lot of time, if I'm going to carve on stuff like this, I'm going to be very careful. I'm going to do more sanding than carving. It scrapes and sands very nicely though. So, and now, and it's looking pretty good. It needs to be, it's just about ready to be fit to the body. I'm going to make sure it'll work out with the bridge. And I'm going to get it nice first. I'm going to carve the shape of the back of the neck. I'm going to do the leveling, do the fretwork. And then I'm just going to take my time, and I don't know exactly how I'm going to do it, if I'm going to use the bridge screws and the plate and put a locator screw for the neck, or use clamps. I have no idea. Yeah, this was a lot of work, scraping it down and scraping all the glue off. I finally got to the point where it was almost there, but the nubs, it looked like it had fret nubs. So I took a little sander and went across it. It worked very good. So the lines are all tight too, and it looks really good. So here I'm kind of showing the thing off, showing the lines. Lots of sanding, lots of carving. This too, I was just too scared to take a tool to it. I don't really want to mark the headstock, so I'm trying my hardest not to. Just about ready to carve the nut. It's the last little part I have to make, except for the sides and the back. So yeah, so far so good. I have no regrets. I like all the wood choices that I've made. And yeah, looking pretty good right now. So can't wait to get to carving the neck, and I can't wait to show you some more.